Howdy, howdy. Welcome on in to the pre-show before the free show. I exited out of that. There's my Spotify.
Pickle Spotify. Look at that.
I
Let's
definitely...
see, we can listen to Daily Mix 4. We
That
can
has,
listen
what
to
is that, the Dirty
Mood
Heads on it?
Booster,
That one's good.
Reggae Mix.
Yeah, that one's also good.
Let's see, we can just keep going down. No, I can't do that. Wait, can I?
I thought I exited out of
Oh,
it.
yeah, there we go.
Oh, yeah.
We can go... You want to just play something? Country mix? Didn't you say that you had something of like sad country?
Yeah, I'm sitting here talking to Tep and Mal, and I
Made
get like
for
a
Ashley
little
Pickle.
notification for like Spotify,
There's
and it was
Mr.
like,
Bull.
new mix for you.
Mr. Bull.
Sad country.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. Shout out Mr. Bull.
Sad country. That's your jam.
Yeah,
sad country.
Jeezy being like a top
Chillin',
thing.
chillin' on a dirt road.
That's a good mix.
Soft pop rock hits. Good vibes.
Oh, that one's good too.
Songs to sing in the shower.
Also
and happy
good.
beats.
Happy beats.
Which one is this one with Homer?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Let's not.
Let's get effed up. Country kind of love. Anyway, I'm not gonna roast your Spotify because I don't want you roasting my Spotify. Because my
yours is. I was thinking that yours is just kids.
my Spotify is entirely comprised of two things. One is music that my kids listen to.
Correct.
So we have a Spotify playlist called Hank Jams.
Oh, nice.
You can go subscribe to it, I believe. It's public. So you can go to it's probably the only one called Hank Jams. But it's got a lot of
I feel like there might be a lot more
Wheels
Hank
on the
Jams.
Bus, Disney
Okay.
songs.
Is Itsy Bitsy Spider still a thing?
Yeah. Itsy Bitsy Spider's an iconic jam. It's
Okay.
a bop.
I'm glad to know that the kids are still into it.
And it's also like that's a good song. Not to get into parenting talk, but like that's a good song for like
Hand-eye,
working
yeah.
on like motor schools and stuff like that. That like Hank will do this with Max and stuff, and Max will try to do it.
Yeah.
So a lot of that, and then also just songs that I work out to,
Yeah.
which are just embarrassing. Just embarrassing. Like I do not have a cool sense of music. Like Ish feels like he listens to cool music.
Yeah.
And he listens to like a wide variety of music too. Like he went to like the Blackpink concert recently, but then he also listens to like State Champs.
Yeah.
And like
Ish and I can get started on Ish and I should start a music podcast is what we should
I listen to
actually
it.
do.
Don't we have a podcast network?
We do.
What would Dave Campbell's Texas Music? Didn't you guys had a singer-songwriter on WTF last week,
We did,
right?
yeah, Faith Alexa.
Yeah, so we're already kind of dipping our toe into that water.
Yeah, we could figure out we could try and interview as many Texas artists
Are you
as possible.
kidding me? Like, do you realize like
our branding has moved from football to Texas.
Well, and I'm just
Texas.
right. Well,
that's like our brand.
To go back to, and I probably told this story before, but I'll tell it again because
why not?
Constantly cycling through the same 4 stories.
We're on episode 1000 whatever.
When the pandemic hit, we had a meeting over Zoom where we came up with
it was the apocalypse meeting.
We called our doomsday plan.
Yeah.
Which was we came up with a whole lot of content for under the guise of what do we do in the event that there are no football games played in the year 2020, right? So that was our plan. We needed to come up with content over the course of a year. And so we had a bunch of ideas. And one of the things we came up with was the idea of like leaning more into like Texas culture and like talking more about that. And so I don't think it's a bad idea to have like, see if you can get Pat Green on.
Yeah.
I've
met Pat Green.
Is he sober?
Never. Not once.
Not even a little bit.
Single time.
Not even a little bit. That guy likes Miller Lite, and he likes a million Miller Lites.
Yes. Yeah. It's either no, it's actually not even none or a million. It's just always a million.
Just always a million.
Yeah.
He always likes a million Miller Lites.
He's
but
nice.
do you know how many like musical artists are here in the state of Texas that we could get like on? Do you know how many Texas rappers there are? We've had Bun B on. Like he's Texas Football Today's own.
Yeah.
So we've already done that. I can get you an exclusive with the Quaker City Nighthawks if you want.
That does sound enticing.
Shout out Sam. Yeah. I love QCNH. Yeah. That's not a bad idea. Is to like I do think that it would be cool. Like I know there are some people, specifically like my wife, who like our show until we start talking about football.
Yep.
Like there are I realize a lot of you people out there are the exact opposite, which is I don't like this part.
I
I'm
like the
waiting for you to
football.
get to the football part.
Yep.
And I get that. But there's like, for example, one of the things I had an idea of is like, what if we at the end of the week made a podcast that was only the pre-shows?
Yeah.
It'd be a 25-minute-ish podcast. It'd
Yep.
be like, here's Monday, here's Tuesday, here's Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
And so like, here's the nonsense we talked about. I do think there is an appetite for our nonsense.
Yeah. There definitely is. My mom does the same thing. She tunes into the pre-show, and then she's like, that's really all
That's
I
all I
want to
hear.
Sometimes when it gets into playoffs and
Yeah,
stuff, then she gets more interested because she's watched our show the whole season, and she gets it.
Right.
But it's like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe
We need a, but my only request if we do that is I want like a hardcore, like I want Mallory to voice over the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday thing, but I want her, I want her to do it like WrestleMania Tuesday, like that's what we need.
I wish she was here because I'd make her do it right now. But she opted out of she noped out of this.
She did. I did ask her to do something actually regarding work, so that's on me.
Lame! Hit the theme, Expo. Pickle! Hit the arrow sign. Yes, yo! From the Dave Campbell's Texas Football Mothership here in beautiful Lewisville, Texas, it is Texas Football Today, a show online. My name's Greg Tepper. I'm the managing editor of Dave Campbell's Texas Football magazine, texasfootball.com, a corresponding website. Thank you for spending part of your day with us. Whether you're watching us live on texasfootball.com, on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitch, on Twitter, anywhere that you're watching us, or you're listening to us on the podcast, which you can subscribe to on the podcast vendor of your choice. Either way, thank you for doing your part to support your local mediocre internet show. I am sitting over there at the helm today, making us sound good. She is the Duchess of the Dorks. She's Ashley Pickle. Hello, Ashley Pickle.
Howdy, friends. We have demands in the comments to bring back Kahoot, which I, for one, am also in favor of. I love me some Kahoot.
Could probably be arranged. Maybe next week.
I like it.
I got a whole week of shows next week we got to kill, so.
Might as well.
Today is Thursday, March 30th, 2023. 237 days till Thanksgiving. Happy birthday to MC Hammer. Episode 1563. 61 today. Happy birthday, MC Hammer.
Wow.
On today's show, folks, back half of the show, we had a great conversation with Charlie Reeve, the new head coach of the Victoria East Titans, and I brought this fun fact up to you off air.
You did.
One-time interim head coach of the Texas State Bobcats. That is true.
For like 30 days, you said?
That is true. He was, let's see. I'm trying to see who the coach was that got let go. It's the pre-Francione era. Was it? Is that right? Oh, it was pre-Francione. So it was Brad Wright. Brad Wright got fired after the 2010 season, and they named one of their assistants as interim head coach, and it was Charlie Reeve. We didn't ask him about that. I just think it's a fun fact.
Yeah,
we did talk about the Titans and him going home there and his relationship with his brother, Travis. So fun conversation with Victoria East coach Charlie Reeve coming up here at the back half of the show. Before that, we will have one of my favorite segments of the year.
Yes.
Fun with Texas High School Football Radio.
Big fan of this one.
You will not want to miss this. That's coming up here in just a little bit. But first, we have first four through the door.
We sure do. Nick Morton, Andrew Christensen, Coach Terry Crawford, and some guy named Matt Stepp. Weird. He's an Orioles fan.
It is opening day.
Who is that?
It is opening day. I'm going.
You are.
I'm going.
That's
I'm
what
gonna go
the
support the
Texas
local
shirt.
9. And yeah.
You have seen a game in the
I went last year. I went to one game.
in the new stadium.
I did.
So
I've
this is just your second time.
with the roof closed, and the roof is going to be closed because there's a chance of rain.
That's funny because I've never been with the roof open. I've gone, gosh, at this point probably 5 or 6 times.
Man,
Because I Rangers baseball fan.
One, it's just like it's so funny because like the Rangers are my very favorite team, and I've definitely watched more Rangers baseball in the last year than you have.
Oh yes.
I probably watched 140 of the games last year, but
and I watched them in person.
But with kids, Like,
Yeah.
you can't make it out there.
Well, and that was a thing for us. Like, Rangers games are last year. I think that they will be much better this year. But last year was an
it was
absolute
a slog.
dumpster fire. So tickets were people were just begging us, like giving us tickets left and right. So it's like, all right, we'll go.
The other thing, like, they're supposed to be better this year. They've made a lot of investments. And just, I don't know. The other thing about going out there is like with kids, you've really got to make a commitment and an investment. Be like, this is what we're doing. This is our Friday night. I mean, there was a time before you knew me where, I'm not kidding, I'd go to 20 baseball games a year.
Yeah.
Like,
We went to, I saw was that last year or the year before last? You'll remember this. The Padres no-hitter. They had 2 on the season, I think, and we were there at the one that.
Yeah, that's right.
Against the Rangers.
Very, very envious of you. Anyway, so go Rangers, win baseball. All right, Pickle. It's now time for one of my very favorite segments of the year. We actually haven't done this in 2 years. We last did it in May 2021.
Oh, wow.
I looked it up.
I remember the last time we did it.
It was a lot of fun. So, one of the things that I love about high school football in the state of Texas is the community aspect of it. I love the fact that every team, every school, every community has their own identity. And I think the front porch of that identity, the front porch of every community, is your high school football radio crew. Okay? Because that is your voice to the rest of the world. And especially now with the internet where you can listen to any game all the time. That is, like, radio for the local Texas high school football team is a good way of getting a snapshot of a community. I love football on the radio. Okay? I make no bones about it. Of course, watching it on television is great. I love listening to football on the radio. Same, like, I love listening to Craig. We've talked about that. I love listening to Craig Way call a game.
I was just going to say, the amount of times that I have watched a Longhorn game, muted the TV, and turned on the radio broadcast,
sync up
almost
Craig.
Every time.
Absolutely. I loved Dave South with A&M. I loved Dave South. I think Brian Estridge does a great job with TCU.
I loved listening to Ted Emmerich call anything on Westwood
One. It's Hank Dickinson.
Yes.
There at North Texas.
And Dave
legend.
Barnett.
And they're fantastic up there with North Texas. I love all the radio crews. They're like, I love listening to football on the radio. And to me, high school football is where you find the real magic.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? Because when you are doing the local high school football game, you are doing it for a very specific audience. Who's the guy who's been doing it in Atlanta forever?
Joe Buck. Art DeLugage. Sorry. Joe did the PA. Art DeLugage has been doing it forever.
I thought you were making a joke like Joe Buck.
Oh, no. He's our...
another guy named Joe Buck?
Yeah, he's our PA guy and our constable.
Okay. Rad.
But yes, Art DeLugage has been doing it forever.
That rules. And Art only has to broadcast for Llano fans.
Yes,
okay?
Correct.
Like, me coming in and, like, jumping in, he doesn't owe me anything.
No.
Who he owes is Trisha Pickle.
Yes.
Who's listening to the game.
And they would.
That's who he owes. And so I love, because don't get me wrong, I love listening to Craig. And Craig, obviously, he would probably prefer for Texas to win. Right. But I think you listen to Craig and you're like, this guy's playing it down the middle.
He does too many broadcasts that aren't Texas that he still dives into the neutral realm. And then you like watch games on Texan Live, right? And our guys, even if they follow the same team all year long, one of the things that we ask is that, remember, you're broadcasting. You're doing it for everyone, and so we want you to keep it more or less down the middle. So we try to be as neutral as possible with our Texan Live broadcasts. Doesn't have to be that way with local high school football radio, and I love listening to games. Okay, so I've pulled 4 clips. 4 of my favorite clips from the year. All of big plays. We're going to start at the end, the state championship games. We're going to start with Albany. So Albany, of course, wins the state championship. They beat Mart. Denny Faith gets that elusive state championship. And they are... it's David and Goliath, basically.
Yeah, in a lot of ways.
In a lot of ways.
Yeah, so, but Albany,
in recent history, at least.
Albany wins the state championship. Big deal. I pulled one play from right before halftime.
Okay.
I'm going to put on my headphones so I can listen to it too. Right before halftime, and it's 21-14 Albany, and they're driving. Mm-hmm. They end up getting a touchdown. Another thing that has been fantastic in recent years has been the development of booth cam.
Yes.
So here is Tony Wheeler, Kevin Hill, and Rob Matthews on the Albany Lions Sports Network calling a big touchdown for the eventual state champs.
All right, Chapman in the shotgun here.
They didn't do it.
So Chapman in the shotgun, Fuentes to the left of the formation. Going to hand it off to Hill, coming left side. Hill bounces at the 30, get a block by, down to the 20, to the 15, to the 10. Touchdown, Lions!
Baby! Woo! Yeah! I'm going to mute my mic.
Touchdown as Albany gets into the end zone. Hey, I got it turned down, but just a little late.
It reminds me of Home Alone when that guy gets hurt and he starts screaming. Marv.
I have entered puberty. It's been a while ago. I got to just squeal a little bit on that one. But I'm telling you right there, that was you know what? When Rob said, here's my favorite play, I guarantee it exactly what Mark.
Oh, that's fantastic. Oh, man.
I love that. Okay?
Oh, man.
I want to be clear. This may feel like I'm poking fun at these guys. No.
No.
I want nothing but this.
Yeah.
This is awesome. I want that passion. I want that excitement. I want announcers who are invested. And here you have it with I don't know. Unfortunately, I'm sorry. I didn't look up which one was the one who was screaming. It sounded like Marv from Home Alone. Tony, Kevin, and Rob on the Albany Lions Sports Network.
Good. I love that definitely the play-by-play guy he knew, like, you could tell when he goes, you gotta turn down my mic, and he was like, oh yeah, I forgot. Like, you can tell that that's like a normal occurrence. Like, that wasn't just like a one-time thing. So good, Marv.
So good. And we're only getting started.
Oh man,
Albany's kicking things off.
Whew.
Let's now move back a week. Go to 6A. Go to the state semifinals.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the state semifinal. Katie taking on Austin Vandergrift.
We were watching this one live.
We were watching this one live on Texan Live.
We audibly were yelling.
And we have our own call on the Katie and Vandergrift game.
Yeah.
But I went searching for the radio call for Vandergrift.
Got you. So this is Texan Live footage
and it's
with
lifetime
radio.
Viper Merle Bertrand.
My guy Merle.
On 104.9 The Horn there in Austin, calling a field goal that sends Vandergrift to their first ever state championship game. Here's Merle Bertrand and crew on 104.9 The Horn.
Here we go. Hudson Lillian with the hold. Hayden Arnold from 37 yards just to the left side of the center of the field.
I can't watch, Merle. Tell me what happened.
All right. For a chance to go to state. Good snap, good hold, kicks on its way. It is good! It's going to state!
Unbelievable! Absolutely extraordinary, gentlemen. The Vipers going to the state championship game on a field goal to win it by Hayden Arnold. Absolutely extraordinary. Am I dreaming?
Oh, man.
Oh, my goodness. And we lost our composure up here, people.
That's okay. I think
I'm not going to apologize.
37 yards. Vandergrift wins it 38-35. The Vandergrift Vipers are going to the state championship game for the first time in program history.
Fabulous.
So good.
I love that, like, Merle's calling it in the same way that, like, Craig Way calls it, right?
Yes.
Like, you go back to, like, the Justin Tucker kick against A&M,
mm-hmm.
and he has pretty much the same reaction, right? It's good, right? The difference, what really helped put it over the top, is the other guys who are just like screaming. And if you listen closely to it, you can hear like rustling in the background. And like, I recognize that voice, that sound anyway, where that is like headphones coming off and stuff like that. Yes.
Papers going up.
Awesome.
Well, and it was so good because I didn't know you had pulled this clip. I know Merle personally, and to hear sorry, we lost our composure a little bit, because Merle is like you said, true like professional broadcaster. But that's what made that so good, is the fact that even like at the highest level of professional broadcasting, sometimes you just lose your mind. Bit.
Sometimes you kick a state championship berth clinching
over
field goal over Katie.
Yeah.
And you just go nuts, and you should. And so I love that. Merle Bertrand
so
and the crew on 104.9 The Horn for Vandegreft. Okay. We're going to stay in the semifinals. We're going to go to Gunner. Now, you remember it was Gunner versus Canadian part
75.
6. Yeah, okay? In the state semifinals. And if you don't remember how this game went, it was played in a very soupy fog there at Abilene Christian's new stadium, Anthony Field. And Canadian took a lead by 6. They had the lead by 6 with about a little less than 2 minutes to go. And Canadian starts driving. They start hitting these quick outs, about 10 yards a pop, 10 yards a chunk. And so eventually they get into the red zone. They get down to the 10-yard line. Now, I want to be clear that it's the boys at CJ Sports. It's Ramblin' Roy Lehman and Dizzle Dylan Schaefer.
Fantastic. First off, yes.
They are, I don't know where they are. They don't have like a crowd mic. It sounds like they're calling it in like a hermetically sealed phone booth. Okay, there's no crowd noise except very faintly in the background. But that does not take, if anything, it makes this even better because it feels like they're just screaming to themselves. So here are Ramblin' Roy Lehman and Dizzle Dylan Schaefer from CJ Sports with Gunner with a go-ahead touchdown in the final minutes.
So it's, yeah, I mean, if you like high school football, then probably don't turn this off.
I'm basically dead.
I would just keep listening. I wish that somebody could drive us home because I'm not.
No, I don't.
I got nothing left.
Ball on the 10-yard line, first and goal.
Whew.
20 to 14 is the score. Tigers need to score to tie the ball game. And like you said, if they get the extra point, they could win the thing.
Everybody's on their feet.
Coming out onto the field. Everybody in Abilene is on their feet. Trips left for the Tigers, pistol formation. Quarterback looking to his left, trying to find a man. He throws. Ball is caught. Touchdown.
Ivy.
Touchdown, Gunner Tigers. Ivy, the human football helmet, just scored a touchdown for the Gunner Tigers with 17 seconds left in the football game. Ivy, the human football, coming up big. It's a touchdown, Gunner Tigers. And it was Overman who threw a dart in there to score. Overman took a hit on the play. Or who's that? No, that's somebody else. It's down on the play.
The sauce was down, I think. But that man, let me tell you something. Five wide receiver out of the shotgun. He faked the out there. Ivy runs the inside slant. And now Preston Tarpley got you covered.
Got you covered back out on the field.
Just coming in to
left.
Kick this one right through the middle. No big deal.
Kick is up. Guess what?
It's
the kick is good. The kick is good. The kick is good. Touchdown, Gunner Tigers. Extra point attempt is good. 21-20. 17 seconds left in the football game. Tigers go ahead in Abilene, Texas, in the Fog Bowl. Come on, somebody.
You knew it was good.
Magic. Just liquid magic there. There's so much there.
I need to listen to that one 17 times through and through.
There's so much there. First of all, they I don't know where they are, but they are in a bubble. Like there's no, you can hear like the horn very faintly when they score.
Yeah. Which they're
That's
secluded at some point because that Gunner horn is loud.
I love the fact that they need somebody to drive them home because they got nothing left.
They got nothing left in the tank.
There's a great call. Ivy, the human football Hellman, is certainly, and then the kicker's name is Gotcha Covered.
Yeah,
so
and then, the other one,
everybody.
They said couldn't figure out who was down on that one. He goes, "Oh, it was the sauce. The sauce was down." No,
they've got
other
nicknames
things,
for everybody, which is
Again,
fabulous. Again, exactly what I want from a local radio.
Yeah.
And there's just the excitement, even on the extra point. Like they understand the importance of the extra point and just going nuts for that.
The human football is fantastic.
Just
more people need to use
all of it. All of it is just magic. I heard that last night. I had to search for it, but I found it. I'm like, this is a jackpot, is what that is.
The human football.
But it all leads up to the main event. Pickle, I would like to introduce you to my favorite radio guys in Texas. At the moment.
They can be replaced.
Please send me what you think is better than this.
Yes.
I want to talk about the China Spring Cougars. Okay. So the China Spring Cougars go back-to-back as state champions. And they are on Look live streams is where they broadcast their games. And they have two guys who call the games. They're younger guys, Drake Toll and Cameron Stewart. And to me, first of all, I think they're just fabulous commentators. I think they're just really good at what they do. So if you're listening, Drake and Cameron, I'm just a big fan. But also, they are obviously big fans. They are big fans. And this is the perfect example of that in the state championship. I cut 4 clips. I had to limit it to 4 clips of these guys. They've got the booth cam at AT&T Stadium in their win over Bernie. You remember they kicked a game-winning field goal. You remember they fell down big, 21-0, roared back and won on a last-second field goal. So here are 4 plays, 2 negative plays and 2 positive plays from Drake Toll and Cameron Stewart for the China Spring on Look Live Streams for China Spring's win over Bernie. Please enjoy.
6:26 to go in the first quarter in a scoreless ball game. Bays sends Hicks out of the backfield in motion. Now he's got 4 wide. Takes the snap, looking to throw. Passes incomplete. No. Complete on a tip ball, and it's gone. This is going to go for 6. Oh my goodness! It is Braden Bays. That ball goes right through the paws of Jacob Mott. It's tipped by a second Cougar, and the tip ball drill goes the way of the Greyhounds as Braden Bays is waiting for it, and there's nobody behind him to take it in for 6. Oh no. McCullum has a backwards huddle facing the defense. Arby's package, set up left. McCullum on a QB sneak. He fumbled. Picked up by Bernie. Yeah, McCullum doesn't go under center very much. They did it there, and a fumble is going to give the ball back to the Greyhounds. E formation, handoff up the gut. Up the gut, went through. Oh my! The 40! It's X-line, the 20, the 10, 5. Walk it in! 66 yards, and see you later! Mars got it on the left hash. 20 yards. No timeout to ice him. To win the state championship. For the first time since 1927, a Waco area team has gone back to back. The China Spring Cougars move up a division, and it doesn't matter. The trophy is staying in China Spring. Thomas Barr, remember the name. And the Cougars are state champions on the back of Mr. Automatic. Oh, man. What a moment. What a game. These kids deserve every second of it. Cam? He knew it. Oh, man. He knew it right away. And he threw the arm. Never, ever, ever, ever underestimate the heart of a champion. They lead for 0 seconds of the game. Oh, man. The senior Thomas Barr, couldn't have happened to a better kid, wins the state championship.
Did I oversell it?
No, I got goosebumps.
Drake Toll and Cameron Stewart for China Spring.
I got goosebumps.
That's literally distilled into exactly what I want from a high school football broadcast, because it's great. Like I said, they're really good.
Yeah, hi, it's me, person that hires on-air talent all the time. They're
really
very
good. They're really
very
good.
Genuinely good broadcasters.
Just put that, take that and be like, yes, they're very good. Also, they're just going nuts during the game. You saw our buddy Mike Leslie, who was in the booth
just cracking up, laughing.
Fabulous. Fantastic.
So good.
I love radio calls for local high school football teams. I love it. It's one of my very favorite things. And so I want to encourage you to send them to me.
Yes.
Okay? Tweet them to me at Tepper. Get into my DMs thing. My DMs are open. Send them to me. I want your clips of great high school football radio calls because that is part of the tapestry and part of like the magic of this sport. And I love it. So there it is. Some fun with Texas high school football radio. If you've got some calls that you like from the past year, make sure you send them to me on Twitter @Tepper, and
amazing.
We'll spotlight them. I would love to do this every week during the season. I'm dead serious.
We need to call some of the radio guys and have them on the show. Just interview them.
Oh my God.
We should call Dylan and them.
Fantastic. Anyway, there it is. Fun with Texas high school radio.
Fantastic.
We're Texas Football Today. We're here every weekday at noon on TexasFootball.com, talking football in the Lone Star State. You can follow us on Twitter @DCTF, like us on Facebook, Facebook.com/Dave Campbell's. Follow us on Instagram, Instagram.com/Dave Campbell's, and of course, see us at TexasFootball.com. Now, word from our friends.
Born and bred in Texas hits a little different, as it should. Texas loves doing business with fellow Texans. VCR Now takes its Texas roots as seriously as its many partnerships with schools and universities around the state. It's also why we're so proud to promote our brand in the pages of the Texas Bible, Dave Campbell's Texas Football, and on the airwaves of Texas Football Today. Driven by producing quality broadcast video, state-of-the-art audio, and LED video scoreboards at affordable prices, VCR Now makes sure to listen to your needs in its athletic department before recommending the next best steps. Building great products is our business, and it's our focus on building meaningful, long-term partnerships with our clients that sets us apart. From our 24/7, 365-day help desk, the training lab in our hometown of Red Oak, or our sports marketing business plan that puts money back in the hands of our athletic departments we support, VCR Now is built to last. Reach out to us today at info@vcrnow.com or by calling 855-GO-VCR-NOW. Again, that's info@vcrnow.com or by calling 855-GO-VCR-NOW.
Pickle, a little bit earlier today, we had the great pleasure of catching up with Charlie Reeve, the new head coach of the Victoria East Titans. He comes home to Victoria, where he was a star quarterback at Victoria High. He was most recently the offensive coordinator at New Caney under his brother Travis Reeve, and has a lot of history in the college football ranks as well. Exciting times there in Victoria. Here's our conversation with Victoria East head coach Charlie Reeve here on Texas Football Today. Pickle, let's go to the hotline. Let's go down to Victoria County to talk with the new head Titan, the new man in charge of the Victoria East Titans. We're joined by Coach Charlie Reeve. Coach, how are you?
I'm great. Glad to be here.
Thanks for taking a little bit of time. This is you're coming over after a spell as the offensive coordinator there at New Caney, but this is a homecoming for you as a former Victoria High star. What has the last couple of months been since you got hired in January?
It's been busy. I was talking to somebody today. I've been here. I guess my official starting date was January 30th, and so I've been here about 2 months now, and it hasn't seemed like that long. But it's been really good. The kids have been great, and we're making progress every day. But it's been busy for sure.
This has been a whirlwind for you coming back to Victoria East and Victoria area. I know that has a lot to do with it, but I know you had a good gig there at New Caney as well. Why was Victoria East the right move for you?
Well, like you said, I mean, obviously this is coming home for me. This is a community that means a lot to me and my family. My dad was a head coach here for 9 years, and I grew up here. My brother, we both, grew up and played here. And so to come back to a community that you grew up in is always special. I think number two was just, I think this is a program that has the potential to do some great things. I think we're in a great spot, and Coach Gann, our athletic director, I think, the support that we have and our principal, and so the pieces are in place for us to do some really special things. And I thought it was a great opportunity. Obviously, I've wanted to be a head coach, and this was, God bless me to put me in this position.
Talking with Charlie Reeve, the head coach of Victoria East here on Texas Football Today. Coach, whenever you gathered your players together, this is a program coming off a 4-7 season last year. When you gathered your players together and addressed them for the first time as their head coach, what was your message to your guys?
Well, one thing that we talked about, number one, is it's not about what we do. It's not about the X's and O's. It's about how we do things. It's about our culture. And, I'm not concerned about what has been done in the past or what they've, how they've done in the past. But moving forward, it's all about how we do things, and that, winning and being successful, whether that's on the football field or in life, is hard, and winning is not normal, and being successful in life is not normal. And so, if we want to be successful on the field, if you want to be successful in life, then you got to be willing to do things that most people aren't willing to do. And so, we've talked a lot about the process, about winning each day, about the things that make us successful. We just came off of, we went through boot camp, and that's kind of where we develop our culture. That's where we set our foundation. And then everything that we do after that, is built off of that foundation and building that culture. And so we just started our next phase of our off season. But we always revert back to boot camp and our core values. And so, the biggest thing that I wanted to stress to our kids is, the winning is going to take care of itself. Winning is a byproduct of what we do on a daily basis. And if we want to win, if you want to be successful in life, in the classroom, and you got to be willing to do what other people aren't. And so that's something that we stress, every day. It's about, how we do things. It's not necessarily the X's and O's or what we do. It's the process and making sure that we're doing things, in a championship way.
This is, I know you guys haven't been able to strap on pads quite yet. Spring ball is still a little bit away and stuff. But do you have a feeling quite yet, looking at your roster, it's going to be a relatively young team, but do you have a feeling quite yet on where these Titans are going to hang their hat? What you think is going to be the driving force for them?
Yeah, like you said, we are going to be young. We're going to be young at some key positions, but we got some talented young kids. Our freshman class. They were undefeated as 7th graders. They were undefeated as 8th graders, and they were undefeated this past year as freshmen. So we're going to count on a lot of those freshmen to come in and help us out and play some key roles. But there's also we've got some good returning guys. Some guys that maybe didn't play a whole lot last year, that were young, that were behind starters that we lost. That I think are really going to have breakout seasons for us. And I think the systems that we have in place are going to allow those guys to really thrive. And, there's going to be a handful of guys that we're going to count on to play both sides. And that's kind of what we're doing right now is we're starting to get into, to our skill and our football stuff. And so we're there's a handful of guys that we're trying to double train or at least see if they're capable of doing that. But I'm excited. I think we've got some really good young kids, and I think we've got a core of returning guys that are going to have breakout years. One thing that I've been really pleased, anytime there's change, anytime you come into a new program, you expect a little bit of pushback, and there really hasn't been at all. Our kids have been fantastic. We've got a group of older guys that are hungry to be successful and hungry to win and have bought in from day one, and are really special leaders. I mean, I've been really impressed with our older guys, in the sense of just maturity and, buying into a new system. And so I'm excited. And obviously, until you get the pads on, you really don't know, what you have. But I think we've got a good group of skill guys. I think up front, we may not be as deep, as maybe what you like, but to be honest, I've been in that situation a lot. We weren't very deep at New Caney, and so that's nothing new. But again, I think we've got some pieces in place to be successful, and obviously that's something that we'll get a better feel for once we put the pads on in spring ball.
Charlie Reeve of Victoria East joined us here on Texas Football Today. Coach, we hear all the time that coaches are simply byproducts of the guys that they coached with and coached under and stuff like that. You actually had the opportunity to be an assistant coach under Larry Coker at UTSA, a guy who's got a national championship to his name. I'm interested from your perspective, in your time there under Coach Coker, what do you feel like you're going to take from that time from him and kind of apply it to your own coaching style?
Absolutely. Like you said, and I'm definitely a byproduct of the coaches and the programs that I've been a part of. And I've been blessed to be a part of some great programs and to work with some great coaches. I'll tell you, Coach Coker, I hope in years to come, people will look back and see, I know Coach Traylor really well, and he's done a heck of a job, and I'm so happy for those guys. But if it's not for Coach Coker, they don't have a program, and so there's not a better man in the profession than him. And one thing that I learned a lot from him is there's no job too big for anybody. And I mean, Coach Coker was one that if there was a trash on the ground or whatever the job was, there wasn't a job too small for him. And it was how to treat the kids and do right by kids and coaches. And so, there's obviously a lot of things that I took from him. And, I spent some time, I was at University of Houston for a short time with Coach Herman, and there's some things that we do, that I've taken from his program. And then, I know I'm biased, but the best coach in Texas is my brother. And I'll say that without any hesitation. In the last 3 seasons I got to coach with him at New Caney. I grew as a coach more than I probably have in any time in my career. And I wouldn't be ready for this position if it weren't, for him and being a part of that program. So I'm definitely, I told the kids this, the same thing is what, there's nothing original that I'm bringing, to this program. Everything that we are going to do and that we're doing is things that we have done before, and it's proven. And all we have to do is follow the plan. And so I've been blessed to be around some great coaches, some great programs. Coach Coker is obviously one of those. We had some great coaches on the staff. And so obviously, being able to take things from each of those stops has been big.
Finally, Coach, you mentioned your older brother, Travis. You, back in kind of mid-late January, got hired away from the New Caney staff to go be the head coach of Victoria East. 2 months later, he moved 48 minutes down the road from you to El Campo to take that job. Have you accused him of following you?
No, I haven't accused him of following me. But I've been asked several times if, when we're going to schedule that matchup. And, I don't know about, we would have to change all of our signals and everything else, to make that happen. So, no, but it's, I'm happy for him. And, obviously New Caney was a special place, and we're going to miss the people and the kids and that was a special opportunity. But, for him, it's obviously a great program and a place where he can get back to, a one town, one school place. And obviously there's great tradition there at El Campo. And so I'm excited to see what he does there.
He's Charlie Reeve. He's the head coach of the Victoria East Titans. Coach, we sure appreciate your time. Congratulations again on the new gig. Can't wait to see what you do with the Titans.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys, and thank you for what you do for high school football.
There he is, Charlie Reeve, the head coach of the Victoria East Titans. Excited to see what he does down there with Titans returning home down to that part of the world, the Crossroads region of Texas, and excited to see what he does with that program. So we appreciate his time. Let's go over to Ashley Pickle for America's second favorite segment, The Final Thoughts.
2 final thoughts here. The first one, oh gosh, let me see. I can't remember who put it in the comments. I think it was, Matt McSpadden. He said best all-time call was Craig Way calling the Balmoral game, the championship
the
game,
diesel.
And he made the diesel truck noise. That is all time.
That's excellent one. Yeah, the diesel.
I just had to bring that back up because it was so good.
That kid had 3 names. I can't remember his real name, but I just know him as the Diesel.
Yeah, why would you not?
And he was like this big tight end, and he had like 5 touchdown catches in that game.
Yeah, he was awesome. But yeah, on like the 5th one, Craig finally let the Diesel noise go.
So good.
As he's running up the sideline too. It wasn't like after the fact.
Well, because the magic of 6-man football sometimes is that there are a fair number of plays in almost every 6-man game. I'm generalizing here, but go with me. There are a fair number of games where it's clear he's going to score.
Yes.
And so, like, he breaks in the open field, and there's just nobody back there because there's only 6 guys on the field.
Right.
And so he's into the open field, and he's gone. And so for Craig to have that in the chamber
was so good.
Elite.
And then my second final thought is WTF coming up at 2 o'clock today. Wherever you're watching this, Mallory Hartley and I will be back. We'll be talking. We have a tweet out right now. If you want to ask us any questions, go comment. So...
Women talking football today at 2. Rangers 3:05 first pitch. Go Rangers. And
North Texas tonight at
North Texas
8:40 in the NIT championship.
There you go. So as they say, go Mean Green.
Yeah.
That's gonna do it for us.
That's all my thoughts. I have no more thoughts.
Thanks for spending a little bit of your day with us. I want to, before we go, I want to encourage you to watch tomorrow.
Correct.
Watch extra hard tomorrow.
Yes.
It's going to do it for us. Thanks for spending a little bit of your day with us. Follow us on Twitter at DCTF. Like us on Facebook, facebook.com/Dave Campbell's. Follow us on Instagram, instagram.com/Dave Campbell's. And, of course, see us at TexasFootball.com. Thanks again to Victoria East head coach Charlie Reeve for being our guest. For Ashley Pickle, I'm Greg Tepper. Vince Young, please meet your Player of the Year trophy. We'll see you tomorrow for a very special episode of Texas Football Today.